game, but obviously when you speak out on wanting our group to be to be better, I think you want to own up to your own words and make sure that you're solid as well. And that whole first group I think really set a tone on the defensive end. I think getting KCP back. I thought he had 3 steals in the first quarter. One of them must have been a deflection, and didn't get credit for it. But he had 3 forced turnovers in the first few minutes. Got out on the break. AD was really good. The whole group was really good in that first quarter and set a tone for the whole night.
Right, the offense is mostly there. It seemed like the first 10 games. The defense certainly at times, but did you like seeing the evolution of it and kind of molding those two sides together tonight?
Yeah, it's a balancing act. Some nights the offense is going to be there, some nights the defense. I've got a lot of confidence in this team on the defensive end. We've had some nights where we were a step slow to certain things and still learning coverages and whatnot. But I think we're going to be good there. We just got to be a team that buys into being a team first team offensively and continuing to trust the pass. We had 28 assists tonight. That was a big part of it, and this game is as much as any throughout the year was a Laker basketball type of win. Flying around defensively and getting stops without fouls, either forcing turnovers or forcing misses, and then flying on the break. And getting out and the deep advanced passes. Got us 32 fast break points. So sort of an identity win.
Bill.
Hey Frank, aside from the obvious, not having the rim protection necessarily that you had last year, what is the biggest adjustment you've had to make defensively with this group? What's the biggest adjustment you've had to make in terms of how you coach this defense from a year ago?
We haven't really adjusted too much, to be honest. We're just really, just getting everybody tied together with the schemes. You know what I mean? The new guys learning what we're doing, and we finished up last year defensively very different than the way we started. We grew throughout the year with our package and arsenal of schemes that we can throw at different teams. And I think the biggest challenge this year is to not overcomplicate our schemes in these early regular season games. It's easy, especially against a team like Portland or Houston, who we played multiple games in the playoffs last year, to go to all your Plan B, Plan C, Plan D types of coverages, and there's a risk of being too complicated for a one game regular season type of night. So we're striking that balance. But I feel good about what we're doing on that end of the floor.
Kyle.
Hey Frank, what do you think it is about KCP that it seems like adding him back to the group, obviously his statistical contributions stand out, but it seems like he's a little bit more than the sum of his parts, so to speak. Like when your team has him, it's more complete. Do you sense that about him?
Yeah, I do. He really, we're a big team. We play with great size. We have size. And to play with that type of size, you need speed to complement it. And his speed and athleticism is invaluable to us. And then you add what he can do defensively, his ability to shoot the ball on the perimeter. He's really one of our best players and an important part of what we're doing.
Dave.
Right, can you share anything else about Wes Matthews' condition with the right Achilles soreness? Obviously he tore his left Achilles back in the day. Is there any correlation? Is this something he deals with? And what do you think about him moving forward?
Yeah, I don't think there's a correlation. The medical team doesn't think so. But early in the season, we're going to be conservative with these types of flare-ups or whatever you want to call it. And he had some soreness in there that was enough of a concern to hold him out. And we have a deep team, so again, we're going to be responsible with things like that.
Last two, Dan.
Did he need an MRI or anything like that? Is it that level of serious?
I don't believe so. They did not mention that to me, but we'll see how he is tomorrow.
Secondly, I asked you about kind of what Anthony said before the Bulls game, and you were kind of like, well, before that game, we were second in defense. Did you like that? Kind of one bad night would be enough for him to speak up like that. Do you like that from a leader, that that he kind of called you guys out after, like, again, one bad night?
Absolutely. As strongly as I can say that, to have your best player, one of your best players, when they're upset, it's not about the offensive end, which so many times that happens, when you have one of your top guys is not happy with, their shots or things like that. When one of your best players and one of your two captains, your leaders, loses a game and the first thing on his mind is that we weren't good enough defensively, that's special. And, it's a big reason why we did what we did last year and have a great chance this year. So, we talked about it the next day. We praised it. The fact that our group was edgy and angry after that loss, and our coaching staff the next morning was angry and edgy after that loss. And, we have a high standard set for ourselves. So I definitely welcome and encourage that.
Last question, Davide.
Hey, Coach, back to AD. Obviously, he has a great game offensively. He set a ton on defense, you said, but what about his offense and how much important is it for you that he's so aggressive as he was, especially in the first quarter?
Yeah, well, his shot making just makes him so difficult to guard, and he can hurt you in so many ways. I think he was 9 for 12 tonight. Really, I thought he got himself in a little foul trouble early from crashing the boards. And just being aggressive, and if he's going to be aggressive off the ball, when he's always aggressive with the ball, it creates a problem for the other team. So there's a reason he's one of the best players in the league because of what he can do on both